It's finally time. World of Warcraft has had more expansions than you've had hot dinners, your spec has been changed a million times, but the question is, when was your spec the best? And thank you, I'm going to work it out for you. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the candidates then. The Vanilla Moonkin. This guy is a pain in the ass. Every time he's coming up to you, he's flexing his screenshot of his Starfire crit, or he's showing you himself top of the DPS on Ragnaros 30 seconds into the fight with 5% mana remaining. Nobody wants this guy around, but he is giving the mages 5% crit. He's also giving them a handy to make sure he's full of water for other times he's going to run out of mana on trash packs. It's a waste of time. The only contribution they ever made to Vanilla was actually getting Moonkin farm added. Congratulations. You're now a giant turkey for the rest of your days, and some of you seem really happy about this. The gameplay is terrible, it's going to get better, so they say, although you are off the table, definitely not one of the best. Let's move on to the Burning Crusade then. Nothing much has really changed. He's still contributing to the group in many ways, but it is the expansion of introducing the hybrids. Prop paladins get a shot at actually playing now, so do Guardian Druids. And as a Moonkin, you're sniffing their buttholes and looking at your friends in Tree Farm, and asking and thinking to yourself, can I get a piece of that action? Yes, you can. You are going to be providing some extra DPS to what we call real classes, but you're still not going to be top flavor. Your spell rotation is bad, everything about you doesn't make any sense, and it's not until Wrath of the Lich King until you're actually going to grow up and be a man. Therefore, the Burning Crusade Moonkin, off the table.
You will beg for mercy.
On to Wrath of the Lich King. It's time to sweat up. Why? You are now what can be considered a class. People are actually asking you to join their group and not to heal. Wow, 4 years of waiting have finally paid off for this big moment. You've been granted, oh blessed Blizzard, thank you, with a mechanic, Eclipse. And, joke's on you, it's completely invisible, you've no idea how it works. That's right, stop being a Moonkin. Get the message, Blizzard is trying to communicate it to you. They just gave you Starfall, which seems awesome. Also pulls everything through the walls. You are going to be pretty good at the Lich King, and you're going to have to listen to some Finnish people bang on about Starfall usage. So you've got that going for you, but ultimately it's time to start downloading third-party add-ons, yeah? Now you're going to need to track everything that's going on all the time, otherwise you're just going to be casting the wrong spell all the time. If you're not trying to keep up with the big boys who have these add-ons, who are tracking all this stuff, then you're going to wonder, why is my damage so bad? I know the class is good, I can see it in the video, so why am I bad? And that's because you're playing a Moonkin. Wrath of the Lich King Moonkin, not even in the top 2.
Your tenacity is admirable.
Ho 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 ho! You just rose. You rose. You rose from being the crit supporter, the innovate boy. You are now Alpha Chad. You have become the big strongness. After all these years of waiting, after Blizzard threw you a little bone in Wrath of the Lich King, now you are actually a fully fledged member of society. You can have a library card, you can move on with your life, and the Cataclysm revamp is easily the best thing you've ever seen. But it also comes with mushrooms. And mushrooms are the shit. Mushrooms are the absolute best thing in your life. At first you saw it in the PTR notes and you thought, oh no, this is Moonkin farm all over again. But now you've actually got in there. You started planting those bad boys. You've started waiting for all those mobs to come crawling over, and you've been slamming that detonate button like you fucking mean it. And it works. You have instant cast star surges. You've actually got an in-game, wait for it, Eclipse bar. You can see how your class works in the game without going to a third-party website to figure it out. You are now the culmination of everything that has become you since this very vanilla moment of the game. You have become the ultimate chicken. And I know you're thinking, I'm wrecking face. It can't get better than this. And they're definitely going to fix Starfall pulling enemies through walls in about 10 years or so. But it'll get there, I think.
Oh, so very close.
On to Mists of Pandaria. I haven't got nothing. It's not my fault. I didn't make the game, right? I didn't make the game. You're just a Cataclysm Druid. That's what you are. You're just the same, but, you know, slightly nerfed.
All right, cut. That was great, dude.
I mean, what the fuck do you guys want, right? You just got a big revamp in the Cataclysm. Of course you're not going to get one in Mists of Pandaria.
Cut.
Just do your fucking thing, man. Don't look at me like that. I didn't make it. Fucking acting like my dad and shit.
Absolute jeb end.
You guys are like Game of Thrones. You're like, ooh, when's the next big update coming? Fuck.
All I hear are excuses.
Warlords of Draenor. You know, all these years you've been thinking to yourself, what's the one thing that I hate about being a Moonkin? Ever since Eclipse came in Wrath of the Lich King, what's the one thing that's driven me mad? And I know what the answer is, because Blizzard solved it for us. It was knowing when our Eclipse was going to change and casting according spells. So now it's on rails. Why? Why did this happen? Why did this happen for anybody? Why is this fun to just have this pendulum swinging like a small dick wrapped between two berries in a bush? Why would we want this? Nobody's impressed by it. I show it to my wife. She laughs at me. But that's what we got. 3 charges of Star Surge to go along with it. But you know what we did get? We're flapping! We're flapping! Great. Actually, pays off massively at Blackhand. Like, you know they put it in as a joke, right? And then what did the nerds do? The nerds do what they always do. They found a use for it, and now you've got people flapping all around the final boss in the expansion. Well, GG, Blizz. Well done.
You stand before the temple of a god.
Legion. Blessed Legion. Can it topple the Cataclysm Balanced Druid? Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can. You know why? They didn't change that much. They kind of moved things back to how they were, because people were like, what the fuck is this, Blizzard? And then they put in legendaries. We got haste procs from the heavens from the Cephas Ring. Our Starfalls blocked out the sun. We could have multiple Starfalls down at once. We could move while casting. We actually became everything that we needed to be in the entire universe. They gave me so many toys that I thought I was Toys R Us itself. I was literally riding that giraffe all the way through Legion. It was the best time. We're Giga. We were Alpha back in Kata, but now we're Giga. Shoulders wide, looking strong. They gave us everything we needed. And BFA cannot possibly get any worse.
Let madness consume you.
So at BFA, it got worse, because they took all those toys. They took our friendly little giraffe and they took it all away from us. I log in on the BFA and I'm like, what is this? Sterile, lackluster. Healers don't even want our Innovate anymore. All we could do is turn into a little deer and hop around the area. Our gameplay tanks from the glory that was Legion. We had everything. They put it back in a talent tree and we didn't want it. People are actually so excited about the fact that we can get Azerite armor that counts to 9. 9! 9! And then make use of it. But we're back to Warlords of Draenor. We're moving backwards and forwards, left and right in some way to try and justify our position. Our damage is there, it's always there. But it's just not fun. Ruined.
You are all nothing!
The Shadowlands arrives. And what do we see? We see it plastered all over the notes of what the Moonkin is going to be. Starfall returned to being super thick. Thicker than anything you can find in Pornhub. Just look at it. It fills the room. And it does, you know. It does. And we are going to be so deluded that we convince ourselves that this is good enough. This is just what I wanted, kind of. Although I can only have 1. And I want 2 and 3 and 4 like I had in the past, but it's big. Look at the size of it. but we're also back to going backwards and forwards. But if you use mental power and you use your celestial alignment, you can do it good. And oh my God, what is this that they have blessed us with? It's convoke the fucking spirits. And I'm wrecking. But we are deluded in the Shadowlands. We've become so deluded that we've managed to convince ourselves that getting a full moon proc is gameplay. It's skill. It's everything we need. The Shadowlands Moonkin cannot be considered one of the top Moonkin specs. It just can't. There's just no way. Waiting for a proc to happen in order to justify our existence. It can't happen. So here we have it. The two contenders. The best version of the Moonkin ever made. The Cataclysm Moonkin. The Legion Moonkin. Everything else, garbage. What's it gonna be? There's only one person to ask, and that's me. I will take this judgment upon myself. It's the Legion Moonkin, everybody. The Legion Moonkin is easily the best version of the Moonkin that was ever made, undisputably. Through the power of science, we have managed to crack this code. We look back at all those things we had, all those options we had. Everything that made us feel good and strong and powerful, and we yearn for it. We would like it back. We want those Star Surge procs, we want those dots, and we could do without the dancing Moonkin farm, for sure. But other than that, the Legion Moonkin. God bless. Let me know if that works. I don't know. There's nothing to say about me. I'm sorry, Chris. There is nothing to say about Mr. Pandaria. It's just the same class. Like, they got this revamping kata, and then they was like, oh, well, that'll do. There you have it, guys. That was super fun to do. Obviously, it was really interesting to go back and look through all the variations of the specs over time and then try and put it in a fun way. Hopefully nobody took it offensive, because it's not supposed to be. Just a bit of a giggle and a nice, fun Friday feature for you guys. I'd love to see any other specs that you'd like to just check us out before the others. Yeah, leave your suggestions down below of which spec you would like us to check out. Other than that, why don't you go and check out breachgaming.com and see all the events and things that we run across all our channels, and you'll find out more about us there. Thank you, guys. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.